Welcome to the Introduction to TiPS. We are excited about your interest in alarm management and look forward to sharing with you what TiPSView 5.0 has to offer. TiPS has been in the business of assisting customers with alarm management since LogMate was first released back in 1990. TiPS has assisted customers in chemical plants, customers in oil and gas pipelines, customers in water treatment, customers in pharmaceuticals. And these are just a few examples of the industries that we've been involved with over the years. LogMate is made up of 4 essential steps, and here is a breakdown of the system. First, you have your data source. This is the data that you're pulling in from your control system, alarms and event databases, or from whatever the source of your data. We use a module that we call Capture that filters and parses the incoming data and separates it into alarms and events and any other additional data. It's then wrapped up and stored in a database, the Capture database. Then from there, we have different applications that you can use to review and analyze your alarms and events data using the TiPSView web browser. LogMate Alarm Management is made up of these different product suites. Capture is the alarm and event data collection, and processing module. NetView is the web browser page that is used for viewing your data through the alarming and the events that are captured from your control systems. You can use various tools to be able to sort it, look through it, narrow it down, or expand time ranges. NetView is compatible with Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, and with Mozilla Firefox. ACE, or Alarm Configuration Expert, is the analysis tool that is used for your alarm activities and alarm configurations. We'll go into a little bit more detail about that here in just a moment. Track is used to specify and calculate your alarm performance metrics in a way that enables you to visually analyze your process. You have a wealth of information available to you by the drill downs that are below the graph, using the hyperlinks provided. Signal, which is a real-time logical event detection that monitors the alarms and can take actions that might be generated into an email, a text message, a printed report, or whatever you've defined that action to be. KB Agent is the tool that's used to automate the importing of all your alarm configuration data from your control systems to be able to do your alarm rationalization, your auditing, and to be able to make sure that your MOCs are documenting any changes in your system. Now, the characteristic that's unique to TiPS is the ability to connect to virtually any type of control systems that are in the marketplace now. This is just a partial list of the control systems that we can connect to. For more information and the different available system versions, certainly, go to our website at www.tipsweb.com. Now, to be able to connect our capture service to the control systems, we have one of the most complete connectivity portfolios in the industry. This is a listing of the interfaces that we have available to be able to talk with through our ports, serial, TCP/IP, UDP, OPCANE, ASCII file, ODBC, OLADB, SMNP, and window event logs. LogMate ACE is based on the alarm philosophy from the ISA 18.2 standard. Let's take a look at the different types of alarms that are shown here and how you can bring those into your system and analyze the data that's coming in. Frequency. Maybe you're getting a large number of alarms for a specific tag that's coming in. You can define that over a time period, a tag, or a control station. Duration. So in other words, anytime you have an alarm that comes into your system that is affected by time, you have the time in alarm. How long was this alarm active? How long did it take an operator to recognize that the alarm came into the system? Stale alarms stay in the system for excessive periods of time. Standing alarms are active for a longer period. Maybe it's a day, a week, a month. Fleeting alarms are active alarms that come in and out. Maybe they're appearing faster than what an acknowledgement can occur. Chattering alarms, where you've got alarms that are cycling back and forth between active and clear. Related alarms are alarms you might have in your process where, for instance, a tank level is measured as well as the flow, and they affect each other. You can see the relation of those alarms as they occur. Also, there are flood alarms that come in at a high rate. There is an unexpected shutdown and your plant gets hit by a really large number of alarms. You can filter through that information to determine what were your first outs. Maybe it was an alarm setting that was at the wrong value and you can make corrections. Alarm states. You can look at when it's an alarm, when the value clears, and then when the acknowledgement happens, and you can see and backtrack to determine where the problems might be in the process. If nuisance alarms are continually coming in, you'll be able to look at a particular tag, alarm type, time, so perhaps you need to extend the deadband, or maybe you need to adjust the alarm trigger point. Another feature that is helpful is the overview, which puts together all these alarm metrics in a summary table, as set out in IEC 62682, where you can compare events and time ranges and see what's going on from a higher level in your system. Now for LogMate Signal, as I mentioned just a little bit earlier. The purpose is to provide the users with notifications when an important event happens and when it is generated from the control system. Two types of event criteria are captured, whether it's simple or compound. By simple, it may be something as a shutdown of a particular piece of equipment or a particular process variable such as flow. If that flow gets too high or too low, for instance, a single indication that you want to know has happened. You can make it more complex with logic to tie it together. It could possibly be the shutdown of a piece of equipment and a process variable indication within a time period, maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever pertains to your process. Maybe these events are not specific to your control system. You can have them generated from other conditions, such as no data is received for an hour or that the data collection has stopped. So you can have a heartbeat set up so that if you lose communication and you don't know what the process is doing, then Signal can initiate the appropriate response. Events can be scheduled to initiate actions, such as backups or shift reports. As mentioned earlier, it can trigger email notifications, such as this critical alarm list. It can trigger print commands or an activation to an external program that may send a text message or a voice message, whatever that might be desired. If you would like additional information or if you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. Please contact us through email at sales@tipsweb.com or through the website at www.tipsweb.com or telephone us at 1-800-242-8477. Hello. Are you struggling with alarm management? Well, we have some exciting news for you. We understand how frustrating and challenging it can be when optimizing and documenting your process. It's time to say goodbye to those struggles and embrace a better solution. Welcome to TiPSView 5.0, the solution to alarm management. A simple and intuitive interface and structure that features customization and enhanced functionality. We've designed NetView to make your life easier and more efficient. First, let's see the organizational panel beginning at the organizational tree. You can expand or contract your area. You determine what structure fits your needs the best. By location, building number, or project name. Those are common naming examples. There are many ways to customize the look and feel of NetView. If you look down at the bottom ribbon, we can change the color backgrounds. There are options that are available to select black or spooky, all the way to the standard Microsoft Sky Blue. Let's start by navigating to the Austin, Texas database. The event data is the location where all the process data that you're capturing from your control systems are located. The KB data is the location created to determine, edit, and store your alarm rationalization and alarm configuration. NetView is the most common tool of TiPSView 5.0. As I drill down under the event data, you'll see the different databases that you can connect. There are multiple control systems, not just one. Let's expand the tree underneath the database of Delta V. We'll see here NetView. Now, there's a couple ways to open NetView. You can double-click on NetView and it will open up to a blank instance, or I prefer the right-click option, select Run Event Database, and it opens it up into a default view. Now here we can see, in the columns going across, that it has a sequence number, a date and time column, tag name, the type of event or action that is configured to this tag, the attribute that's been defined for it, interlock, or whether it's a discrete. Then you have a description field that tells you more information about the tag. Now it brings it up in a tab view, as we see, where it says Delta V. Each instance will open an additional tab. You can go back and forth between the tabs according to what information that you want to see. Now you can also see that it brings up a date range where you can reorder the data rows by sorting it from the most recent to oldest. You can reverse it back by clicking on the triangle icon at the top right of the column. You can change dates, select time ranges. You can look for whether it's a pre-configured option or whether you want to select your own. You also have the ability to rearrange columns. Say you wanted the description column to be situated closer to where the tag column is. You simply click and hold on the column name and drag to whatever the position of the column that you would like, release it, and it will reorder the columns. You can add column fields if you know, for instance, that you're getting more information from your control system that's not being showed on your current view. Right-click in the title and go to Select Fields. When you select fields, it will bring up a form in which you can choose from all the different fields available. In this case, perhaps I want to look at one that has not been selected. I can simply check that option and click Submit. It adds that column into my view. Maybe I want to move this column a little bit closer to where the tag name column is located. Resizing a column is simple. Just simply move your cursor over to the category dividing line, hold down, and move to the desired width. One thing that's also a very nice feature about this is the ad hoc boxes. This is a search box in which you can search for keywords, or you can type in logic. Use logical operators to be able to look for multiple conditions. As you configure this search, then you can filter out information that you don't need. For instance, here on the type, we see event change, alarm, or event type. Maybe I only want to look at the alarm events. So I can type that in, and you notice that it has gone through the list of this data, regardless of what the tag number is. But if there was an alarm associated with it, now it's been filtered. If I wanted to save this view, and this is going to be a normal view that I'm going to check quite frequently, then I can save the view for future use. So navigate down to the bottom ribbon, and I want to call this Delta V Alarm Test. So I've got my name, and I have options on where I want to save it. In my folder, or I can place it in a different part of the organizational tree. Either way. Now the next thing that you're going to be asked to do is to assign color. So select Add Color Definition. Maybe I would like that field to be type. If it is equal to alarm, then I would like the color to be red. So then I'll save that into my folder, where I have created Delta V Test. If I went back to look at my folder, you would see where my Delta V Alarm Test is located. Now you notice, because of the color definition, it has changed my data into the red foreground color. Here's the note section. You can see that in this case, this notes icons that are shown in the Has Note column is tied to this tag, XV018-1. Now, we're going to take a look at this tag. I clicked on the tag itself, displaying the information that's there. Now I want to look at the editor. You'll notice that I have different options here. Was it a false alarm? No, it was not. Was it reviewed by the supervisor? Yes, it was. It was a chlorine valve failure that cleared when it was acknowledged and has since been replaced by maintenance, according to the notes that we see here in this notes editor. So in this case, since we have active locked and disabled checked, we know that this note and this action has been closed out. Now this note keeps this information on hand so that you can always backtrack and pass this information on, either to the following shift, or if this is some type of action that is needed to be documented. So you get a tag record ID and all the information, times, and dates that goes along with it. It gives you a way to track it and audit when these types of events happen. Now, modifications to this note are handled through your user permission setup. If I was to go back here, and you notice, as we selected this record, that the icon was blue. That blue is a reference to the fact that it is a record note. There's also a green icon. Here that's denoted as a tag note. So if I look at this tag note, this was the actual note where the action first occurred. And simply, the operator states that the valve hung in the process of moving, and that all action was taken care of at this point. Then the follow-up. Maybe it was bumped up to supervision for approval, whatever your routing path would be. So it's a good way to keep track of the history of actions or events that happen. With TiPSView 5.0, you can manage and prioritize alarms. The system provides clear visibility of alarm status, severity levels, and timestamps, allowing you to quickly identify critical issues and to take immediate action. No more sifting through endless alarm lists or struggling to find the most important alerts. But that's not all. TiPSView 5.0 also offers advanced customization options to tailor the system to your specific needs. From choosing your preferred color scheme to organize your databases based on your unique hierarchy, you have full control over how you want to view and interact with the system. And let's not forget about enhanced functionality. TiPSView 5.0 is designed with efficiency in mind, ensuring a seamless, streamlined user experience, even when dealing with large volumes of alarms. With its powerful search capabilities, filtering options, and intelligent grouping features, you can navigate your alarms effortlessly and find the information you need in seconds. Say goodbye to the headache of alarm management and embrace a better solution. With TiPSView 5.0, you will experience the simplicity, customization, and enhanced functionality that will revolutionize your process, optimization, and documentation. Don't let alarm overload hold you back. Take control with TiPSView 5.0 and LogMate. We'd love to hear from you. Hello. Introducing ACE Frequency Analysis, found in the TiPSView ACE module, the ultimate solution to your alarm management struggles. Say goodbye to the chaos of excessive alarms and embrace a better way to monitor situations and processes with frequency analysis. You'll enjoy a simple and intuitive visual that allows for easy customization and enhanced functionality. No more getting overwhelmed by countless alarms. Our state-of-the-art tools will help you effectively manage your alarms and events, ensuring you stay informed without being bombarded. We understand that alarms can be both useful and a potential nuisance if not managed properly. That's why the frequency analysis is designed to address those concerns head-on by eliminating desensitization to abnormal situations, mitigating safety and environmental risks, and improving process and product quality. Our solution ensures that your operations run smoothly without any unnecessary distractions. ISA 18.2 Clause 16.4.5 defines frequent alarms as alarms that produce a large percentage of the total alarm system load, anywhere from 20% to 80%. High-frequency alarms skew your performance measurements. LogMate's frequency analysis is better than a spreadsheet. It is easier to group any kind of event data. No need to import data because the data has already been collected and ready to analyze. An event historian that is built in. It's not just alarms. You can see the number of acknowledgements by operators, for instance. This is where our ACE reports come in. ACE stands for Alarm Configuration Expert. To access ACE, select the location, the Alarm Event Database, and then select ACE. Right-click and load ACE. Once you select the report type, click on the Config button to set up the report. For frequency, we're going to identify the highest occurring alarms, events, and distributions. Any field can be used in the frequency analysis simply and quickly. This analysis tool is much more than alarms. Here is a list of the different fields and alarm details in the organizational tree that can be created for more information and knowledge of your process or product. For example, we're looking at the frequency alarms that came in for these particular alarm tags during the time displayed. We're looking at the highest occurring alarms in a 10-minute period. Now, if I wanted to change that time period to look at more of an instance of 1 hour, I can go up to the configuration for a new frequency analysis. Navigate to the configuration button and from the drop-down, select 1 hour. Down in the bottom toolbar, I'll select Refresh Results. Notice our time is from 10 minutes to looking at a time frame of 1 hour. Now to save this view, I go down to the bottom bar, select Save View. Next, we can customize the view by adding color or changing font characteristics. First, select the Color Definition button. Then choose Type from the list, then type in Alarm. Finally, choose the foreground color of red. Then select the Font tab. Change the selection to Arial and a font size of 10. Type in the view name and then save it. Notice the view is inserted into the My Folder location. As I look in the default location, you can obviously change your time frames to 10 minutes, to 1 hour, to 1 day. So now there are a couple of other options that you have if you wanted to look at, for instance, a different chart type. Here is an example of alarm priority. So if I run this alarm priority view, you notice that it has a pie chart visual. It gives you a percentage distribution of the alarms that have occurred. Go to the chart configuration. I have the options where I can change that from a bar, a pie chart, a line chart, spline, and columns, whichever option you want to look at and use in your analysis. I'm going to leave this at the pie chart option here. Now the other option is you can modify your data points. We're looking at 10, and so there are 10 data points during this time frame of how that distribution was captured. If I wanted to increase the data size, I could do so up to the maximum of how much data is being collected. You have the option to change your dates from a pre-configured list or define your own time frame. Now, once this has been configured and you've got the view that you want, you can also look at some other common frequency reports that you may have already created or has been created. You've got the top 10, top critical alarms, and priority distributions, which is what we're looking at here. These are commonly used frequency reports. Whenever you want to share the analysis or maintain it, you go down to the bottom toolbar and click on the Export button. You can include the chart in your report. You can email that as well. Any analysis can be easily set up on a scheduled email basis or saved for quick access. You can save it to the location that's part of your LogMate software, or you can export it out as a PDF, Excel file, or CSV. Let's navigate to the Report Archive. This is a view of your report with the statistics and the pie chart distribution. Notice you have the ability to change the color settings to match your company standard, if you so choose. TiPSView Frequency Analysis is your ultimate solution for diagnosing potential problems and taking immediate action. Say goodbye to the frustration of sifting through alarm lists or struggling to find critical alerts. With the frequency analysis, you'll experience simplicity like never before. Not only does frequency analysis improve safety and efficiency, but it also puts you in control. Customize your viewing and interaction preferences to match your needs. This powerful tool empowers you to easily identify issues with your process equipment or instrumentation, ensuring that you can quickly address them. Don't let complex systems hold you back any longer. TiPSView can unlock a world of simplicity and efficiency in managing your operations. Get ready to revolutionize the way that you work. Contact us for a demo soon. Hello. Introducing Duration Analysis, found in the TiPSView ACE module. This is the consummate solution to your alarm management struggles. Say goodbye to the chaos of excessive alarms and welcome a better way to monitor situations and processes with duration analysis. You will enjoy a simple and intuitive visual that allows for easy customization and enhanced functionality. Our state-of-the-art tools will help you effectively manage your alarms and events, ensuring you stay informed without being bombarded. Our solution ensures that your operations run smoothly. Clause 16.4.6 and 7 of ISA 18.2 defines duration alarms as alarm periods that result in distractions or provide little valuable information to the operators. It's not just alarms. You can also see the time of acknowledgement response by operators. This is where our ACE reports come in. For duration, we are going to identify fleeting alarms, stale alarms, standing alarms, the time to acknowledge, and the time in alarm. To start, we'll look at the fleeting alarms. Fleeting alarms are difficult to pinpoint because they are active for a very short period of time, typically less than 2 seconds, but serve as a source of annoyance as they can mask a more serious developing situation. To investigate this fleeting alarm closer, click on the Details button in the informational section below the chart. This additional information helps you to identify the alarm down to the exact time it triggered and when it returned to normal. Then click on the sequence number hyperlink. This view shows the discrete command fail for the PRS_LEL alarm in context of the process. This helps in determining whether the problem is a process upset or device malfunction. To return to the previous view, close the View Source tab. Then select Results. Once the tag identification has been made, then you can use your rationalization or best engineering judgment to remedy this alarm. Next, we'll look at stale alarms or alarms that are active for an excessive period of time. Notice the statistics columns in the grid area. This outlet pressure alarm was active for more than 544 days. This indicates a possible instrument failure. Upon investigation, we could add a note to this record to indicate that we are waiting for an instrument replacement that has been ordered but not received. To add a note, click on the Details button, then on the sequence number hyperlink. Click on Add Note in the top ribbon. In the Notes section, Type instrument is on backorder. Then save. Close the View Source tab. This would explain why this alarm has stayed in the system for an excessive period of time. The standing alarms in this view have been active for more than a shift, a day, week, or month. Here we see the analog tag TNZZK_3SA has been in alarm for 553 days. Let's investigate. Click on the Details button. First, let's see how the KB fields are linked to this tag. Right-click on the column header. Choose Select Fields. Add KBA alarm limit and KBA priority from the options in the window. This will give us our alarm rationalization limits and priority for this tag. Relocate the columns for clarity. We can now observe the KBA alarm limit and its priority. Another option you have is to clear the alarm from this location. To do this, click on the hyperlink. Then click on the sequence number hyperlink. In the Data Row Detail window, click on the Clear command. This will manually clear the alarm and remove it from the informational grid. Close the View Source tab. The time to acknowledge analysis displays the time between alarm activation and operator acknowledgement. You can use color definition to demonstrate the type of alarm, such as pressure or temperature. The time in alarm is also a good analysis to investigate the accuracy of instrumentation or even the need to have the alarm configured in the first place. This analysis gives you valuable information in determining whether operational procedures are correct and safe. Any analysis can be easily set up on a scheduled email basis or saved for quick access. You can save it to the location that's part of your LogMate software, or you can export it out as a PDF, Excel file, or CSV. Let's navigate to the report archive to see an example of duration reports. Fleeting report, stale report, standing report, time to acknowledge report, time and alarm report. Examples of duration analysis reports: fleeting, stale, standing, time to acknowledge, time and alarm. TiPSView duration analysis is your solution for diagnosing potential problems and taking immediate action. This powerful tool empowers you to easily identify issues with your process equipment, or instrumentation, ensuring that you can quickly address them. Remove alarms that result in distractions or provide little valuable information. TiPSView can unlock a world of simplicity and efficiency in managing your operations. Get ready to streamline the way that you work. Contact us for a demo soon. Hello. Introducing TiPSView 5.0. This is the solution to your alarm management struggles. Say goodbye to the chaos of excessive alarms and welcome a better way to monitor situations and processes with these analyses. Chattering analysis, flood analysis, nuisance analysis, and related alarms analysis. You will enjoy a simple and intuitive visual that allows for easy customization and enhanced functionality. Our state-of-the-art tools will help you effectively manage your alarms and events, ensuring you stay informed without being bombarded. Get rid of hundreds or even thousands of alarms. Our solution ensures that your operations run smoothly. ISA 18.2 recommends removing alarms that result in active alarm states that are in your operating system for greater than 1% of the time. It's not just alarms. You can also ensure that your operators do not miss critical alarms. This is where our ACE reports come in. To start, we'll look at the chattering alarms. A chattering alarm repeatedly transitions between the active state and the cleared state in a very short period of time. Fleeting alarms are similar, but in both cases, the transition is not due to the result of an operator's action. It is possible for a chattering alarm to generate hundreds or thousands of records in a few hours. This results in a significant distraction for the operators. Chattering alarms are often high in the list of the most frequent alarms. There is no long-term acceptable number of chattering alarms. Looking at the chattering analysis, this displays alarms that are cycling at a rate of 3 alarms in 1 minute. However, you determine that rate based upon your engineering judgment. Options pre-configured here also could be for 3 alarms in 3 minutes or 3 alarms in 10 minutes. Clicking on the Details button gives you a summary of the number of times this tag has cycled between active and clear. Returning to the Results tab, we can then click on the Count hyperlink to see a trend chart of this tag to determine potential root causes. You can continue to click on the Details button to drill into more information concerning this record. Flood analysis. Alarm rates can exceed the operator capability to respond to potentially escalating process situations. Peak alarm rates are usually less than 10 alarms or more in a 10-minute time period. Any more occurrences than that can result in missed alarms. The recommended target for a month of data is that less than 1% of 10-minute intervals should have more than 10 alarms. An alarm flood is indicated by the time in which more than 10 alarms per 10 minutes to the return to a time where the alarm rate is less than 5 alarms per 10 minutes. The following flood analysis should be taken into consideration. Number of alarm floods experienced. Duration of each alarm flood. Alarm count in each alarm flood. Peak alarm rate for each alarm flood. In this analysis, with the criteria of 10 alarms in 10 minutes, we are looking at 9 instances of alarm floods in a month's time. By diving into the details, we can see that 2 tags were the source of the alarm flood. TN, CT3_BO_DP, and CT2MBG, SD_S. Did these 2 alarms cover up any alarm issues? Possibly, if we investigate the CT2MBG, SD_S alarm at 7:54 and 57 seconds AM for sequence number 45145 in context of when it activated. We see that a smoke detector went into alarm at virtually the same time that has a priority of danger. If this alarm was not noticed and acknowledged, then there is a potential safety risk. Nuisance alarms. Nuisance alarms can cover a wide range of alarm types. Certain types, such as rate of change, deviation, or controller output alarms, can be sources of nuisance alarms if they are not applied appropriately. Nuisance alarms are best addressed through priority designation and percentage distribution. In this example, the count column or the weight column give you a good indication as to which nuisance alarms to address first. Related alarms. Related alarms are often difficult to observe unless there is consistent process knowledge. LogMate helps to identify these related alarms by linking the alarms with the cause. By recording when the GH2Y_LEL alert with the North Central LP plant, every time the LEL alert activates, we know the LOLO alarm will follow right afterwards. This is helpful in process upset identification or troubleshooting or refining the process. These analyses give you valuable information in determining whether operational procedures are correct and safe. Any analysis can be easily set up on a scheduled email basis or saved for quick access. You can save it to the location that's part of your LogMate software, or you can export it out as a PDF, Excel file, or CSV. Chattering alarm analysis. Flood alarm analysis. Nuisance alarm analysis. Related alarm analysis. TiPSView analysis is your solution for diagnosing potential problems and taking immediate action. This powerful tool empowers you to easily identify issues with your process equipment, or instrumentation, ensuring that you can quickly address them. Remove alarms that result in distractions or provide little valuable information. TiPSView can help make things simpler and easier. Get ready to streamline the way that you work. Contact us for a demo soon.